I had just walked out of the restroom. I saw my classmates running for their lives. I had no idea what was happening. I immediately followed the crowd into a building. More and more students rushed inside. Then rapid gunfire erupted outside. That was when we realized the truth. A shooting was happening on the island. Hundreds of young people were attending summer camp here, and the shooter was still firing. In the middle of the chaos, I remembered my sister. She was still somewhere near the camp. I kept asking about the girl in yellow, but no one had any information. Then the shooter started moving closer. We had no choice but to leave the building. I followed the crowd into the forest. Along the way, I found an injured girl. I helped her hide below a hillside. Then a badly injured boy suddenly appeared. He said the shooter was wearing a police uniform. No one knew why the attacker was doing this, but I could not stay hidden any longer. I decided to return to camp and find my sister. The entire camp was already deserted. Only one boy remained behind. He was sitting there waiting for his brother. Nothing I said could convince him to leave. I had no choice but to keep moving. I hurried toward my sister's tent, but Emily was not inside. Her phone was the only thing left on the ground. I ran back into the forest. Gunfire soon echoed behind me. I kept running as fast as I could. Then I spotted a badly injured girl below the hillside. Her clothes were soaked from her injury. I used my jacket to stop the bleeding. I kept telling her to hold on, but her body slowly grew colder. She eventually passed away in my arms. Then her mother suddenly called her phone. I could not bring myself to answer. I had no idea how to deliver the terrible news. I forced myself to hold back my grief. Then I continued searching for my sister. I eventually reached the shoreline. Several students were hiding below the cliff, but none of them wanted to let me join them. One more person could expose their hiding place. I stepped into the freezing water alone. I followed the cliff and searched for cover. A boy who recognized me finally reached out. He pulled me into a narrow opening covered with weeds. We pressed our bodies tightly against the cliff. No one even dared to breathe loudly. Everyone was close to losing hope. Then something appeared far out on the water. A small boat was finally approaching the island.